family is the community.
Okay.
See,
It takes a
and
village and
the
such.
building codes and the zoning regulations in America disallow affordable housing and self-sufficient communities. But you'll have places like the Amish that are grandfathered in,
Well, yeah.
and hippie communes like Love Israel, which are kind of grandfathered, but they're very strict. The system is death on community because community is a power base that can say no to the government. So they're regulated away is what this is why I got out of the affordable housing thing, because I realized once I talked to the civil engineers, architects, and I also talked to a guy named Craig Chamberlain, who was the apprentice to Buckminster Fuller. Buckminster Fuller designed a house called the Damaxian House, and he couldn't go to production for some reason. Well, it's because he's touching that golden calf, of affordable housing. Where we're starting to see now, we're starting to see tiny homes, okay, and there's a place called Casita in Texas that's putting out some really nice downsized homes and whatnot. And in Utah, they're doing the housing first thing, which is actually the best way of dealing with homelessness and whatnot. So there's progress being made, but essentially, the system, and the hammer really came down in 1974, I found out. The company Fleetwood, I think, took the government to court over the draconian building codes, zoning regulations that came out.
You mind backing up just a second? I'm
Sure.
sorry. I don't know much about what's going on, but you were talking about the housing in Utah, and maybe people listening.
Oh, yeah, the Housing First movement.
Yeah.
Okay, is really taken off there, and in other cities too. Instead of, trying to get homeless people to save up money to get into a place, they just give you a place, okay, and.
I think I saw there's like a pet project of that in Seattle too, kind of work around that same modular kind
I
of
did
housing
see something
style
about
you're
like
talking
small
about.
houses.
They have the
Yeah.
tiny homes thing, the tiny homes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
those container,
Yeah.
shipping containers, they like converted into apartments sort of.
Yeah, and they've got the RV safe park that they had for a while, but now I think they shut that down.
They shut them down every other week.
I mean, it's, it was starting to work, I think. I don't think the system really wants a safe RV park. I think they wanted to hurry up, try it, and say, oh, it failed, right, and then get rid of
Well,
it.
it's always good to make it look like you're doing something while you're trying to just get rid of it in general,
Yeah,
That's
well-
what a lot of politicians are doing.
Though I think Low Income Housing Institute is actually helping with the tiny homes project and whatnot. So that's I think it's a step forward.
Do you know of a foundation that you find to have honesty, integrity, helping with that at all? Somebody that people
I
can
think-
research if they're interested in helping with that? I'm very interested in that. I believe everyone deserves a home, no matter what their situation is.
You'd have to go and look what Utah's doing, the Housing First movement.
Okay.
Okay, that actually is eliminated homelessness, essentially.
Do you know what their crime rate is? What's happened to their crime rate?
I don't got any
I know it
numbers.
wasn't the biggest crime-ridden place to begin with.
Yeah.
It's Utah. There's a few pockets, but
You sure they didn't just round them all up and just dump them in the middle of the desert somewhere? Because they got a lot of desert in Utah.